All right, we got it back to being horizontal, just how we like it. We also found out that we had to take a little better care of our machines, Chad. In any case, let's get that message back into chat. Let's get that pinned manually. Cool. All right, there. That one's the previous one. We don't need that one. This is the All right. If you're still here after the crash, I'm glad you're still here. Thanks for sticking around. We'll get back to drawing. We just need to fix up one more thing. And there we are. Let's turn this just a little more. We still have the stars on the stream. Yes. Good. And we'll get back into the work. Because we're finishing up the little background. We're finally giving that hint of what's beyond the wall. Spoiler, it's just more plants. But it's a lot of them. And like this whole stomping ground area. What is this back here, Chad? Is this focusing heavily on the yeah, on the dolphins? As long as there's dolphins, that's what the camera will focus on. I think that's awesome. Okay, this is something. All right, then we got lots of little ground flora and fauna. Let's see if this works out, chat. We'll see. It's a bunch of unusual plants and such. How's it looking on the cam? Seems pretty decent so far, chat. And with this tiny little bit over here, we may as well do that now. Then going through here. So what do you think, Chad? How you feel in this new perspective area? Seems, I don't know. I mean, you can see a little bit better. But I don't, yeah, I mean, my arm is definitely more in there now. Like, oh, you can't see nothing if it's going to be skipping like that, though, Chad. What's this section over here? I think it needs little ground plants and such. Let's keep adding them, chat. Just add more this, that, and the other. All throughout through here. More things. And hopefully it translates to something visually. It's gonna be interesting once we get in there with an eraser, because a lot of this is gonna get faint and pulled up. Because we're drawing directly on a lot of pencil too. Oh, you can see a little too much, chat. What can we do about that? Maybe like this. But now you can't see enough. It's just a bad angle, chat. Because if we want to keep it horizontal, all right, let's move you around one more time. And shit. You know, why try to fix it if it was already working? Let's turn the dolphin. Yeah, there we go. Big blinding light. That looks cool. This can't be left open, I think, chat. I gotta put something in there. From this angle, I think I can already kind of see it. Let's give it a try. Like this. And then like this. And then like this. And then, of course, the whole, we would be able to see somewhat like this and like this. And then there'd be like cracks and such, all destroyed. Same thing through here. I wanna make sure there's like spider webbing and such. It's pretty good. Oh, yeah, we're back to this chat. It's definitely a channel to co-work with, because you know, if you look up at the screen, you're just gonna see a pen in your face. As long as you see that, you know you're working along with me, and you know we're working together. If you look up and you just see the drawing, the drawing, right? Got some cracks all through here. Not sure how it's gonna look ultimately, since we didn't use pencil first, chat. And then through here a little bit as well. Cool stuff. So how's your projects, chat? How's whatever you're creating, since you're here on the co-working and study channel? Let's see what else we got. Yeah, It's nothing. Nothing's quite like streaming on Twitch. It's excellent. I gotta imagine how it's gonna be on YouTube too. That'd be pretty cool there as well. Let's try this. Like that. See how the machines are doing? No comment. And then we got this. Coming on down. Will this work? How's it looking, chat? How are we feeling this? Such a busy page. I almost feel like we should have something like this. It's like big foreground plants and such that so we're just decorating the trees a little bit, getting that done. Do we want any clouds though, chat? Do we want to add clouds? Let's try this. Let's see. All right, more stuff towards the bottom. We need more. All through here. Again, most of this is not going to translate once we do get the eraser in there. But you know what we could do, chat? We might not even just erase any of it. Not sure though. Might be worth it to not erase. And then this part. What could be over here, chat? Maybe like some ground plants like this. Like that. Yeah, moving the camera, chat, turned out to be important because we weren't keeping track of how our tech was feeling. Our machines weren't too happy. I'm glad we moved things around. Let's see what else. Down here, like so. Like this. Yeah, a lot of the details we had already are getting eaten up. Is that all right? Let's take a quick pause. Oh, just to stretch a little. And then dig right back in. I don't want to get rid of that rose looking. Maybe like this. So I suppose if we don't have actual topics, we could get away with not saying anything. Because, quality, right? On the other hand, again, it's vital to have the sound of a human voice on stream. Just because it sounds good, you're here to connect, to feel less alone, right, Chad? That is why you're here. Nah. Whatever brings you to chat, to Twitch, to this channel or any other, enjoy. Alright, some streams there. We'll get some more fill in over here. At this point, chat, I'm not even worried with the more background layer. I'm just adding in whatever I can. It doesn't have an appearance of depth though. We need depth. This will all be for nothing if I can't get a feeling of depth. How's that? Can't say it did much, chat. Maybe over here? And then we'll zoom out again to see what else we can find. If this is actually helping. Let's see. Yeah, the stream or the camera loves the dolphins. Can't blame it. And then this part can go up as well. Let's see how it's all turning out, chat. Yeah, I suppose that's good enough for thick foliage, right? If you can't even see past the first couple foreground layers. That's how I imagined it would be, chat. But we're doing what we can, what we have. Without a reference photo, I was like, I knew I need a reference photo. Let's see how this is doing, chat. How much of this is actually useful artwork. We want trees in this section. But there's going to be a fire effect over there. Then more of what we're up to try and fix and establish that there's depth. Because right now it's flat. It's flat, chat. We don't want it that flat. We want it a bit more, Like there's multiple elements of background, foreground, all sorts of stuff going on. Maybe we could have had like some stuff floating around in the front. Or really, maybe we should have worked back to front as opposed to this way. Okay. How's that chant? Did it get lost? Or is it exactly how we need it? And then her. We're trying as hard as we can. Jeez. Actually, you know what? We could do something with this one. How would that look? A little better. No. If anything, we use shading and shadowing for that. But we'll leave that be. Maybe that chair was actually a bad idea, chat. Yeah, more stuff. That just keep adding more. Once that dries a little, we can adjust it. Joe Payne had a little. What do we think? We had none of this 24 minutes ago, chat. Yeah, right. I wonder how long it's actually been. It's been at least 24 minutes. The start back around. Oh no, everything was set. Dolphin's a bad idea. Oh no, chat. All right, there. You leave it just alone, right? They're chilling. We're chilling. You're chilling. See how much is left. We actually had that background done. That's really something, chat. I got a spot that needs white out, but I don't want to use it or the fill in until we're done drawing, chat. So I'm going to use the gel pen to get this section over here that I actually forgot about. Let's try this again, chat. Is stream all right? Is camera all right, chat, do you think? Chat, we can listen to it again in just a few moments. Soon as. Well, all right, that's good enough. The other part is, and but not just.